Hello, everybody. My name is MsRheyRhey, and lo and behold, I've done it again. My microphone decided to go half power just before I hit the record button without letting me know. So you'll be hearing like a faint whisper from me in the background of this entire video, and won't you know it, it's just gonna be the death of me. So, once again, I am doing post-game, pre-edit commentary. And I really have no idea how this is gonna go because it's such a mess. Look at this is a mess. And I just don't know. I'll try to be funny. I really can't prepare. If you've watched these by now, and I know none of you have because I see the numbers in my analytics or whatever YouTube has called it. I forget right now. I'm not that funny when it comes to games. So, I mean, there's this one part I already edited in the middle that's pretty funny to me, but after that, it's pretty much no. I mean, I want to keep the story in here, so I don't want to edit that out. And so I'll be quiet for those, of course, but still, like, I don't know what to do with this. I wasn't originally supposed to be a gaming channel anyway, yet here I am playing video games for you every day. And not that I don't love it, I love playing video games. I love having the excuse for that again. It's just, I can't think of a lot of nerdy content that I want to do, and the nerdy content is what I want to do. Like, I'll do not a lot, I didn't get a lot of response for my fan theories, or headcanon as I call them. And then, fan service, it's a lot of work, and it's completely worth it. But I don't get a lot of, it's not about me anyway getting a lot of exposure, but it's not like, that's what I originally wanted to do on here, and it's not the most popular thing on my channel. And that's actually completely fine. I don't mind that because I do these mostly for me anyway. And for the fan service videos anyway, for the artists to let them know that there's at least one person out there who thinks they deserve all the credit in the world for making people like me and not like me feel better with what they do, but still. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway. Yeah, I have to do some post-game commentary again because I am not a real YouTuber. So here we go. I can just barely hear myself. It's just below a whisper, really, and I can't understand it. I promise I'll shut up during like the actual.
Open water stretched out in all directions. The golden spires of the Forbidden City gleamed in the distance, while a yawning trench lay below.
Like that, for the, story part of it. But other than that, I have nothing to say. I have a boring life. I have, like, 3 friends, and I only see one of them regularly. And that's pretty sad, because, I'm introverted. If you can't tell. Okay. Right now, I'm just trying to, like, scope out the entire area because, like, I was thinking in here, oh, hey.
Meryn spotted her father's boat lying on the sea floor.
Yep.
Suddenly, a violent current grabbed hold of Meryn. It pulled her inside a powerful Fomori machine known as the Architect. The machine had once built the towering golden spires of the Forbidden City. But now, its purpose was simpler and more sinister.
Is that an evil sea turtle? Yes, that is an evil sea turtle. Me. From the past. But anyway, what was I goddamn saying? Oh yeah, like open areas like that I'm usually scared of because it's like, that's usually where like you get captured and made to fight, so. Yeah. So welcome to the Architect. I thought this was supposed to be like a big boss battle, and maybe it will be like later, because, spoilers, but no, really, I'm not going to say anything. just, you know, Doctor Who references, because I frequently claim I'm a nerd and I make no nerdy references whatsoever. Ever. Because I live in a house full of not nerds, and I'm the only nerd in the house, so I have to keep them to myself, because everyone else just gives me that really horrible look, where they're just like, I know you're making a nerd reference and I want it to stop. And isn't that just like the worst look ever? So, I'm pretty much like kind of lost at this point. Until I go for the kill.
Scaring a turtle into its shell appeared to cause the beams of that color to shut off.
I got hurt. That's not funny, but it's still kind of funny. I still see a face in that shell. Like, there was more so a face when it was purple, but I see it now, and I get hit. Those bastards are so annoying. Especially those. Those are just evil. So enough about me. Yeah, no, that's enough about me. How have you guys been? I never get any feedback from you guys. I just want to know how your day is. You're taking time to see my video. It's kind of, I mean, if you're like me, you don't need to share. I really don't mind that. I'm just happy you're here. We can have a nice little, you know, quiet time, if you're like that. Wow, when I'm like so caught up into trying not to die and stuff like that, I kind of miss the details of the entire game. Like, look at all that clockwork. It's really, really awesome. Like, I remember all the times beforehand where I'm like...
Although she hated to leave the safety of the submarine in such a hostile environment, she needed its weight of the sensor to keep the beams turned off.
Like, I'm always talking about how this is like such a steampunk game, and I mean, it's not real steampunk. I know that, but like, it has like...
Sorry for having to scare the turtles, but it was the only way to help them escape from the machine.
Okay, yeah, just keep interrupting me. That's cool. It's your game. But it's just like, you have to admit, all this like gears and everything is like super cool.
Entered the innermost room of the architect. A large red turtle activated an alarm. Suddenly, the insides of the machine began to move and change shape around her.
Yeah, this is where everything started getting really bad. Look at me, I'm so mad. Okay, this other voiceover part's gonna be coming up soon, so I should probably stop this now. Or not, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. It's all really up to you. Well, no, it's up to me. I'm the one editing this. Never mind. That's a stupid thing for me to say. I apologize. So, yeah, I'll be right back. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why the hell am I stuck? All I do is die in vain. I think my game glitched again. Look out for this bullshit. Okay, what the fuck was that? Alright, I just talked over myself, but still. I made that like that's the very first thing I did before I started this voiceover thing. I mean, God. But yeah, it turns out my game glitched, and all I had to do was turn it on and off again. As you do. So, I think I'm funny. Yeah, I really thought I was gonna have to like heavily edit this and make my commentary like super relevant or whatever, but nah, I'm kind of, it's like, what time is it? It's midnight. Dear God, it's midnight. I woke up 12 hours ago. That being said, I should probably get to bed soon, but yeah, no, I don't have the energy to heavily edit this. Not that any of my content I ever do is heavily edited anyway. Even if you see like the videos of me, that's like you see my face and all that. Like the only time I edit is when I flecked up and so I have to like cut that part out. All I do is cutting through this video. Like, I cut out my ums and my stutters and my brain fart lapses in judgment, and
could now be moved safely around.
you can see that completely.
Merrin was careful not to hurt them. After all, this was for their benefit, as well as her own.
How is that for their benefit? Because, like, they're clockwork turtles in a clockwork system, and they're there for a purpose. That's what they're meant to do, was maintain this architect, and she's kind of essentially deactivating them a bit, so...
Sensors. But would any large object trigger the sensor?
Well, I mean, obviously, as I kind of pointed out a bit when I was actually recording this, this little girl has built a sub out of scrap metal that she, you know, her dad found in the ocean. And that's relatively new compared to all of this, even though it looks pretty much older, and this looks all futuristically cool and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Fumari stuff is meant to trigger Fumari stuff. Oh, this was a bitch. Like, especially if you're going through this as Marin, it's just so hard to do. You saw it a bit in my very, what you call it, sped up version, but yeah, I died here quite a bit, like maybe 6 or 7 times before I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna stop now. So, Yay! I blow stuff up. Aw, man. It's moving stuff around again. I was actually really worried when this happened that my game was gonna glitch again. And I mean, it kinda does, you'll see it later, but it totally glitched, but I mean, it wasn't against me in any way, so I didn't care very much when it happened. Oh, God, excuse me. That was the popsicle I had earlier before I did all this. Whee! I get to swim! I haven't swam in, like, weeks. Oh my God, did I just... I might not be recording for a while later. Like next month anyway, the beginning of next month, because I got harvest to do. I live on a farm,
Red Turtle continued to
as all of you don't know.
She wondered if she could trick
And
him
harvest
into
is coming
taking a
up.
dangerous path.
Well, I mean, obviously I don't, because you'll see. What is he doing? He can't go through there, silly turtle. That's a wall! What are you doing? That's a wall. You can't go through a wall. I say. Sarcastically. Because this is, once again, post-game commentary. And whoosh, he goes through the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Game glitches are life. Yep, there I am. He's not even running away. This isn't gonna, he's not making it more difficult for me, which is awesome. Excuse me? You got some explaining to do. And I'm just confused as all heck. It's great. Watching this now, it's great. Because I'm not in it, you know? That's when it's funny.
A burst of energy from the machine sent the turtle back into his shell. But a piece had broken away. Merrin recognized it as a Fomori sonar device.
Another sonar device? And shouldn't the red be... I already got sonar, lady. Is this like Merrin when she's older? Is she telling us the story of like what she does? I wasn't done with that. Because I was kind of like convinced at the beginning of all of this that, you know, I mean, like the beginning of the game as a whole, that this is actually just something Marin like was dreaming up because of all the stories that her dad, was telling her in her sleep. Yes, Ray. That is glass.
Pure sonic energy,
Sea glass is a
shaking the
thing.
architect and scattering broken glass in all directions. This new power might be Merrin's one opportunity to escape.
Well, I would say so, considering that I'm encompassed by glass. Shaboom! And then I make a watch out girl on fire, this is girl with sonar joke, and it's not really good. There you go. I said it. Because, you know, you can't really be on sonar because, you know, it's, sonar! It's sound. You can't be on sound. You can be on point with sound, but you can't be on sound. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is a very bad tangent.
Merrin heard the sounds of distant turbines. The current that had pulled her in was now reversed, pushing her back out into the sea and toward her father's boat.
Yes. Oh, hey, there's in there. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, spoiler alert, but get ready for a fields trip. Has stories in it. Hey. Yep.
Enormous red tentacles.
I've watched enough anime to know I don't like where this is going.
The unseen beast pulled her down into the darkest depths and left her at the bottom of a deep, rocky trench. Her submarine broken, Merrin sat helplessly at the bottom of the sea. She opened her father's journal. On the last page, he had written a note to her. Her hands trembled as she read it. My dearest Merrin, I now realize I may never see you again, and I feel that I have failed you. I'm sorry for all the times you went hungry. I'm sorry I could not buy you pretty dresses and paints and books of your own. I wish I could have given you a happier life. Please know that I love you more than all the world. Merrin put down the journal, and her eyes blurred with tears. She didn't want pretty dresses or paints. She had a happy life, and she just wanted it back. For the first time since her journey began, Merrin had lost hope. She felt the slow, dull realization that her father was truly gone. She watched as the water seeped in through the cracks in the submarine's hull. She could no longer will herself to go on. As the cold water slowly rose up around her, there was a tapping sound from above, and the hatch creaked open. It was Swish. He gently picked Merrin up and pulled her out of the trench. He carried her out of the Forbidden City, through caverns and caves she had never seen, until they reached a place so beautiful that Merrin was certain she must be dreaming. Brought her to an undersea garden of 1,000 colors. Beautiful corals of every hue stretched out like blooming summer flowers. Dazzling schools of fish swooped up and down all around her. Merrin had never imagined a place like this could exist below the waves. What she didn't know was that the whole sea was once covered with these gardens, and that this was the last one of them all.
Aww, this place is still really pretty. But I mean, okay. I'm wrapping this up pretty soon, so I want to thank you guys for sticking with me. I very, very much appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next episode, hopefully, with my mic at full power this time. Freaking bitch, I'm staring at it with not a nice face. So, thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I just repeated myself again. And I'll see all of you in the next episode. Have a wonderful life.